Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Abby St. John. Thank you so much for joining us. The Cenovus Energy Hub has been making good progress in the last few weeks. Lloydminster's upcoming arena has made significant steps towards its eventual completion. The steps include work on the steel as well as the roof.
Anyone that's driven on the east side of the city has saw it rise up, and it just continues every day. There's slight changes, and over a 2-week period, there's significant changes. The steel work is getting pretty much complete. You see the roof is starting to go on to the main area from that perspective. There's going to be work just continuously throughout the fall into next year.
The completed Cenovus Energy Hub is going to be modern and clean while still maintaining a simple and classic look without going over the top.
It is going to look very impressive, but at the same time modest, I guess is the word I like to describe it as. You're going to see cinder block, you're going to see painted walls, you're going to see a sealed concrete floor, but you're not going to see marble tile, you're not going to see gold-plated toilets or urinals and things like that that some people have asked about.
The new multi-purpose facility will host events throughout the whole year. A big reason for building the Cenovus Energy Hub is to bring a versatile arena to Lloydminster.
People can use and go, wow, and then they'll see transformation from one venue, in essence from a hockey rink, to maybe a basketball court or a concert, curling, and go, oh, we can do that because of the uniqueness of the building.
The Cenovus Energy Hub will be completed in 2025. There is currently no set opening date as of yet, but one will be announced as construction gets closer to wrapping up. The annual Terry Fox Run is coming up next month. Stacey Comer spoke with Terry's brother, Fred Fox, to discuss the importance of the run and Terry's legacy.
I have a very special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Fred Fox is here. Fred is the brother of Terry Fox, and everybody in Canada knows Terry's name. Fred, thank you so much for joining me today.
No, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
The Terry Fox Run is coming up in September, as it happens every year. This is going to be the 44th year for this. Fred, I'd like you to talk a little bit about the legacy that Terry left because of this run. And this is something that obviously your family and many people have literally just, really taken the ball and run with for these past years to keep Terry's name out there and to keep this going.
Yeah, when Terry started in 1980, leaving St. John's, Newfoundland on April 12th, 1980, he could never have imagined all these years later it would continue in the way it is. But when he was in Toronto, he said, even if I don't finish, we need others to continue. It's got to keep going without me. And when he had to stop in Thunder Bay and then passed away 9 months later in June of 81, that's what Canadians have done. They've taken up that challenge that Terry gave us and continued it. And our family obviously has been involved, but it's so many more people who give up their time because they've got some kind of connection to cancer.
Well, and the run, as we said, this year is September the 15th. So if there are people who are maybe haven't been involved but are looking to get involved with it, what can they expect when they go? I know it's called the run, but you don't actually have to run the whole thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, you bet. That's what Terry did. Terry wanted people to know that even though he was an amputee and running with an artificial leg, he was running. He was running across Canada. So that's why it's the Terry Fox Run. But definitely families, we see families out there walking, riding bikes. I've been to Terry Fox Runs where people are riding horses. So you can get out there, participate. It's a family event. Come out to not only honor Terry and his legacy, but to remember somebody that that's I've been touched by cancer, that you've lost to cancer, but more importantly has survived their cancer diagnosis because of the money that's raised for cancer research.
Well, there are now generations of families, maybe people who were in school when the Terry Fox Run started back in the 80s, and now, it's their kids and their kids that are involved. So that must also be heartwarming to see all the continued support, not just from, a few people, but so many people and entire generations.
It's amazing. I get a chance to travel across Canada twice a year, the spring and the fall, visit lots of schools, and I meet lots of people who You talk about seeing Terry in 1980. They were 6 or 7 years old. Mom and dad dragged them out to the highway to see Terry run through their town. And like you say, their children are participating. And I think we always, similar to Terry, he always wanted to be better than he was the day before and do better. And so I think that's always our goal, is to raise more money than we did the previous year. We don't set a number goal, but it's we always try to do better than we do the year before. So again, that'll be our target for this year. Usually the anniversary years next year in 2025 are bigger and better years. So looking forward to that as well.
So if people want to get involved, because the run is coming up, it's not that far away, it's less than 6 weeks now. Can they start collecting pledges now, and how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, earlier the better for sure. And so much is done online nowadays when it comes to fundraising. So go to our website, terryfox.org. You can find there where you can create your own fundraising page, and easy to send emails off to family, friends, workmates to help support your fundraising.
And I know that a lot of people really make this a fun event. They get employees together, they dress up, just come out and enjoy the day. So is that something too that you encourage, get teams together if maybe you don't think you can do, a lot of fundraising on your own, just try and do it as a group?
Teams across Canada is one component of the Terry Fox Run and the Terry Fox Foundation that's really growing, whether it's corporate teams, company teams, family teams, dedication teams, teams dedicating their run to somebody maybe they've lost or that's gone through cancer diagnosis. So doing it that way, bringing a team together, fundraising together, is a great way of bringing people together on a day that's a fun day to remember what Terry started in 1980.
Well, Fred, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. And one more time, if you could just give out the website for people looking to sign up and get more information on the run, please.
terryfox.org, O-R-G. There's the website, so great to see people out.
Thanks so much, Fred, and good luck this year with whatever your involvement is at this point and then this year. I know there's so many people here locally that look forward to it every year as well. So thank you for what you do and continuing Terry's legacy, and we wish you the best for the run this year.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you.
A country fair and a summer bash are just two of the events scheduled for this weekend. Heather Clagus has more with this week's edition of What's Happening.
This weekend is a busy weekend in our area, and it includes a fun day out for you and your family at the Clandonald Country Fair. It's coming up tomorrow, and it's an opportunity to flash back over 50 years, and they've got so many events planned for you and your family. Start your day with a pancake breakfast at 8 a.m. There's going to be live entertainment from the Prairie Dogs, bouncy houses for the kids. They've got a huge parade. That's going to go at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Plus, there's a watermelon contest, a chance to play bingo. There's going to be a petting zoo. There's children's races, face painting, tractor pedal pushers, mutton busting, and so much more. The Clandonald Country Fair, it's coming up tomorrow. Some incredible talent is going to be taking to the stage in Paradise Hill tomorrow night for the annual Paradise Hill Summer Bash. The headliners this year are the Reclaws, and they just picked up a number of nominations for the upcoming Canadian Country Music Association Awards. They're nominated for Group of the Year, the Fans' Choice Award, and Entertainer of the Year as well. Plus, you may have seen them recently on America's Got Talent. This duo is so talented, and they are headlining the Paradise Hill Summer Bash coming up tomorrow night, and opening up for them is going to be Drew Gregory. So get your ticket now for that amazing show. Plus, as part of the evening, they always have a great auction full of unique items, and this year they've got a wide range of items, including an Oilers package. They also have tickets and a limo to see Jordan Davis in Edmonton. And speaking of limos, new this year for the Paradise Hill Summer Bash, they've got a shuttle that's going to run from Lloydminster to Paradise Hill, and you can book your spot on that shuttle on eventbrite.ca. The Paradise Hill Summer Bash, it's a fundraiser once again this year. They need a new ice plant for the rink, so the funds raised are going to go towards that. So don't miss out on this huge party tomorrow night featuring the Reclaws. Get your ticket now at eventbrite.ca or at Paradise Hill Ranch and Western Wear. And coming up this Sunday, the Frenchman Butte Museum is hosting their annual festival. And this year, they're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Air Force. So that's going to be a part of their annual celebration this year. It's going to start at 11 a.m. Sunday morning with an outdoor church service. They've got live entertainment lined up throughout the day. They've got a parade, and that's scheduled to go at 1:30 on Sunday afternoon. And there's still time for you to be a part of that great parade. Just Cruising Car Club, they'll be on hand with some of their vehicles. There's going to be an opportunity for you to see different demonstrations. You can also take tours of their buildings, see some of their exhibits. Plus, make sure you treat yourself to a slice of delicious homemade pie while you're out there. For more details, FrenchmanButteMuseum.ca. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break. Welcome back. The Frenchman Butte Museum is holding their annual festival to raise money for the museum's operations. I got more information on the event and how they're celebrating a special anniversary. I'm very happy to be joined here today by Marilyn Huffam. She is the finance director and a bunch of other jack of all trades, if you will, for the Frenchman Butte Museum. And so thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you ever so much for having me from the Frenchman Butte Museum Festival Day. Thank you very much, Abby.
Of course. Now, we will be talking about the 33rd Annual Frenchman Butte Museum Festival, and this year is a little bit special as well because you'll also be celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Air Force. So can we start by talking a little bit about what attendees can expect this year and maybe if there's anything new that ties in with the 100th anniversary?
Well, you know, we've tried our best to get some a flyby and all these things with the Air Force. We haven't been able to connect, and but we have got a lot of things to hand out for the kids and things like that. And we will be doing a presentation about the 100th anniversary on stage here, so people will get to understand what we're celebrating.
Now, this is the 33rd year of the Frenchman Butte Museum Festival. Can you give me a little brief history about what this festival is and how you guys have put it on?
Well, this has been going much longer than 33 years, but I believe they changed the name, and so we're celebrating the 33rd year this year. This is our big fundraiser to keep our museum operating. With you know, all the paint, all the you know, lumber that we need to keep everything looking well, and just the ordinary running expenses, operating expenses. And so this day is helps us do that and carries us through from one year to the next. So we're very grateful for all the people that show up and donate and help with that.
Now, going off of the technical details of what people should know, when is it taking place this weekend? Where, what time, and how much is it for attendees?
The event is taking right here on the Frenchman Butte Museum property, and that is down in the main street of the Frenchman Butte. You can't miss it when you come into the hamlet. It starts at 11 o'clock with the church service. And then it goes into the whole day with buildings being open, entertainment, a hot dog stand, homemade pie and ice cream, children's games, a scavenger hunt for the children. And the day goes through till a supper at 5 o'clock. Now, to get in, we just ask for a donation. We have two gates that you come through, and one on the west side and one on the east side of the hamlet. Just a donation. And, this money all goes towards keeping the artifacts in good shape and keeping our grounds and our buildings all maintained.
Yes, it sounds like it's going to be a fantastic event. And like I said earlier, museums are so important to keep alive in any community. So this is important for you guys, and I wish you the best of luck. So thank you so much for joining me, and good luck on your museum festival this weekend.
Well, thank you very much. And if you haven't been to Frenchman Butte, you need to come on Sunday. This is everything is in tip-top shape, and everybody is so welcoming, and we have great hospitality here. So hopefully see you on Sunday at the Frenchman Butte Museum. Thank you very much.
One of the brightest meteor showers of the year is expected to reach its peak next week. The Perseids will be at their most active early Monday. More than 50 meteors should be visible per hour in rural areas away from city lights. Experts say they will look like fireballs, and leading up to Monday, the meteors may be flying through the aurora borealis as it makes a return to southern Canada. The Perseid meteor shower is one of the easiest to see, with the northern hemisphere having the best visibility. The Perseids last through September 1st. That's all for news. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
Welcome back. The Fight Farm is a martial arts studio here in the border city that offers a wide variety of martial arts classes for people of all ages. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Go. The Fight Farm, which was originally established on a farm, has been operating for over a decade, with kickboxing, MMA, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Muay Thai classes. Garrett Tepper, who teaches all the classes, says it's a great way to get in shape and to build confidence.
The biggest thing that we push here is, come for fun, come for fitness, self-confidence, self-defense. If you want to compete, we do amateur and we do pro.
The competition teams have created athletes who have gone on to compete in the UFC, but are a great jumping off point for anyone who wants to compete in martial arts.
I've done about 4 tournaments, and getting ready, of course, come this fall to enter into a few more when the opportunity opens up. So it's a whole different world of sport. I mean, I've played sports all my life, and this is something I wish I would have found as a kid.
The Fight Farm will have full classes in the fall for all of its disciplines, and registration and the schedule is out now on the Fight Farm Facebook page.
Please don't be intimidated by the name. Come down, check out a free class. You'll see that we're very family oriented, and we have families that train with us. We have, the mom or dad will start and then their kids will join, or vice versa. Martial arts is for everybody. It doesn't discriminate. Doesn't matter if you're a girl, boy, woman or man. It doesn't matter. Right? The doors are open to everybody. Come and learn something and join our family.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
A book of poetry has been released by a Saskatchewan author aimed at giving a voice to those with mental illness. Stacey Comer found out more about The Door at the End of Everything.
I have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Linda Monahan is here. Linda is an author, and she is in the Prince Albert area, and we're going to chat today about her recent book. So Linda, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you have released a book of poetry, and it's called The Door at the End of Everything. So tell me a little bit about this book. If somebody picks it up and starts to read it, what are they going to find inside?
Well, The Door at the End of Everything deals largely with mental health, I believe. The impetus for it was that I was writer in residence on the wards at the Victoria Hospital in Prince Albert. And so I worked a lot on the mental health wards, on the adult and youth mental health wards, as well as other various parts of the hospital. But I worked largely with the patients on the mental health wards, helping them write their stories and tell their stories. And I was so moved by their stories and so felt the need to give voice to people who often are voiceless. The same with, I also facilitate a Writing for Your Life group with the Canadian Mental Health Association. I've been doing that for over 12 years now. And so both of those experiences sort of informed the poems that are in the door at the in the door at the end of everything. And also I don't write as an observer, but as a participant. Many of the poems are based in from experience in my own life as well. So that's a little bit about what the poems are like.
And why did you decide to go with poetry, Linda, as opposed to writing a book of stories, say?
Well, this is my 5th book of poetry. As well, I published a small chapbook of poems. Poetry to me is the way that I best express myself, I feel. I like the economy of language and, trying to make this small, perfect thing. That poetry should hit you in the heart, I think, and that's why it's important to me, especially writing about the things that I do write about.
Have you had a chance to speak with some of the people that you have written about in this book and had a chance to see what their reaction is? I know obviously you don't name names and that kind of thing, but have they had a chance to see it and what has their response been?
I certainly have, yes. And the response is excitement, I think, and they feel that they've been heard largely. With the Writing for Your Life group, I'm going to segue here a little bit, but we're also doing, we have coming out this fall a collection of writing by the members of the Writing for Your Life group called My Heart is a Fancy Place. So we're looking forward to that too. So it's very important to me to help give voice to those who sometimes are sidelined.
And why are you so passionate about that cause, Linda?
From my own experience, from my own life, and it's always just been really important to me. Um, I think we all have a purpose in life, and I feel like my purpose is to, since I do write poetry, it's my purpose to help give voice to others especially when I so am able to have my own voice and my own stories heard. It's important to me.
Now, Linda, you spoke about the other book that you are getting together. Is there anything else on the go as well? Is this something that you always have, 2 or 3 different projects happening at once?
I sure do. I'm always busy with something, teaching creative writing classes or workshops, or I published a number. I've also helped edit a number of poetry collections too. So it's my life. Being a poet is my life.
And Linda, where can people find this book if they're looking to purchase it at this point?
It would be available from any of the well-known bookstores and also through Shadowpaw Press, through the Shadowpaw Press website. And certainly people could get hold of me as well if they are interested.
All right, Linda. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you so much for the chat. And once again, please just give the name of your book and just tell me a little bit about the number of poems in there.
Okay, there's about, close to 100 poems, and this is the book. It's called The Door at the End of Everything, and the cover is done by Marilyn Nelson, and it's really a wonderful cover. I'm so honored to have her work on the cover of my book. So The Door at the End of Everything.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the chat today, Linda, and we look forward to speaking with you again as more and more of your future projects come out.
Thank you so much.
Now let's take a look at your agriculture prices. Welcome back. Taking a look at the next 3 days, we're expected to have quite a sunny weekend this weekend. Starting tomorrow, a high of 24 and a low of 9 for Saturday. Bright and sunny, which is what we love to see. Definitely take advantage of that beautiful weather. And then on Sunday, it warms up just a little bit to 26 with a low of 9. A little bit of cloud coverage, but it should be mostly sunny. And then on Monday, to start your week off, a high of 26 and a low of 13. Again, a little bit of cloud coverage, but for the most part, it's looking a little sunny as well. So over the next couple days, we are looking forward to quite nice weather. And that's all the time we have for Primetime Local News. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your night.